And we're back. And the fun just never ends. This has been the craziest week, couple weeks, month, year even. I mean, I know I even said it was going to be Espresso 2026, that last year everybody was going to be just starting to wake up, and that this year everybody was going to be fully awake, wide awake. And boy, did I ever mean that. I mean, maybe I didn't even know how right I was going to be with everything. It's been a lot of confirmations, a lot of stuff that, over the years I've speculated. Here, we'll get this thing going. There we go. That I've just kind of was speculating based on, the research and study I'd been doing, and just the evidence that we had, right? I don't know if the chat's even working. Everything's not wanting to work for me today. But welcome, guys. I'll give you a couple more minutes here to get in. I'm sorry I'm starting a couple minutes late here. It's just, just the fun never ends. That's all I'm going to say. The internet sometimes still is a little bit, right when I'm going to want to try to start a thing, it seems like it starts to get a little pressed, but I think we're good. I think we're on. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure we're all on before we get right into the nitty-gritty here. But yeah, the chat, for whatever reason, isn't loading on the side here, so hold on. Oh, buddy. But I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys aren't getting too impacted by all this stuff. I hope you're taking it in small doses and practicing self-care through all of this, because I think oh yeah, there it is. Okay, it's kicking in. It's all working now. You guys can hear. What's up, Luna? What's up, Silent Soliloquy, Veronica, Margaret, Catherine, Maya? Go play outside. Yeah, everybody go play outside. Take some time in between and play outside. Because boy do we ever need it right now. I don't even really have words. It's been a rough go. I literally the other night I woke up in like a cold, drenched sweats and like got physically sick. Like I was feeling suffocated, and it was kind of hot because it's winter, so we had the heat going and stuff, and it's kind of hot, and I just, for no specific reason, I just ended up maybe I'll close this window. Hold on, guys. But for no reason at all, like, it's not like I'd been drinking or ate anything weird, like, I couldn't pin it on anything, but I woke up and it was, like, in a terror nightmare, and I ended up having to puke. Like, I got nauseous. It was so hot, and I was just so, like, I was feeling suffocated in it, and just everything at once, it's kind of reaching a head, I think, just everything with having so many dots connecting, so much confirmation happening so quickly. It's like it brings it to the next layer of truth, because so much was speculation over time, and now that so much has been confirmed, it really just kind of points to that the rest that was just speculation now has got to be true too. If everything so far has been truth, and with everything that's been revealed, the more darker truths that are yet to be revealed are just so much more disturbing, and it's been hard to sit with, because like I said, a lot of this has been like this past several years of research has kind of been coming full circle. And I don't know if you saw the last post here. I'm going to bring up this internet thing here. But I'm sorry, guys. Like, I haven't been sleeping well, haven't been eating too great, and my brain's a little foggy through this. So, sorry I'm not my same energetic and peppy self. But yeah, I know that you guys are feeling it too. I know a lot of people are feeling similar. I was speaking with someone the other day that had been, struggling the same, waking up and not having a good time about it. And I think, it just sounds like a lot of people are pretty unsettled and feeling pretty affected by it, from what I'm seeing on Twitter and everything I'm seeing. But I do see a lot of people they're like mainly focusing on the gore of it all. Like, yes, there is a lot of shocking, messed up stuff coming up in the files. There's no doubt about that. But I think the way that they've dumped it, and then the way that they've got people going down these rabbit holes right now, and the way that it's, I don't know, like, because obviously we need it. Obviously we need people to wake up. We need people to know what's been going on. We need to know who's involved. We have the right, but I think a lot of it all at once is just like it's overstimulating. You know, it's overwhelming, and it can like, it's a trauma in and of itself in such a way. Especially for people that are just kind of starting to take the stuff in, and then they go on a dark rabbit hole. Yeah, seems like I don't know. This really only happens on certain streams at certain things. I don't know. And I have it hardwired in now, so there's really no reason for there to be any internet issues. I've adjusted some stuff. I've changed some stuff up. Yeah, cool. I know. Yeah, because we're getting into I don't know where it cut me off there and where it came back up, but there's so much more in these files that I believe are more important and what we should be focusing more on. I don't know if you guys are actually aware of this, so actually I want to share this before we go further. I dropped it into the Eyes Wide Open group and like some of the other things that they have, but these guys put together like all the emails, all the documents, like it's slowly being aggregated with the new drop. But I have cross-referenced it also with the main site. I've been saving from the main site because that's like from the main.gov site. But this Gmail, it's like a pseudo Gmail platform, but with all of Epstein's emails. So it's just that much easier to search and navigate and then present. So I'm going to present it these way, but these are all verifiable emails. I have gone back and, like I said, for all this research I'm doing, I've been grabbing it on both sides. Some of the posts I've been sharing, like on Twitter and stuff, I've been sharing just from the Gmail because it's pretty convenient on your phone too. And I do find that the Gov site is like it's maybe it's just overwhelmed right now, but sometimes the searches are returning no results whatsoever, and I'm like, no, I definitely was just searching this. It's definitely there. I don't want to be fighting with the search engine. So this jmail.world, it also gives you, here, I don't know if you can see it from the corner there. Hold on. You can kind of see it, but when you drop down in the corner, it gives you like there's the J drive, like any of the documents in the drive. And it's just a lot of the evidence stuff has just been loading, like as if it's Google Drive. What he bought at Amazon, like his Amazon carts and stuff, like they aggregated all the information from the emails and just from all the data. And it's kind of funny. It's like, it's interesting. The technology, like with AI and everything we have now, like the way that we can use it to collect all this stuff and be able to go through it, like all the files, all the pictures and stuff. And there's people down the side. I don't know if you guys can see it. It may not. I have to bring the window in. Oh, no, it's not going to work. But down the side, there's like different names of people. So you can click to and find stuff on them that's shown up in the files. So it's pretty interesting that just from that jmail.world, you can pretty much access everything. So if you guys didn't know about that already, that's a fun little way to go through it instead of fighting with the site, the .gov site. But anyway, yeah, so I know that now there was some stuff has come out now about the online virtual currencies being used. Hold on, I forget, like there's one specific email I want to bring up, and I think I can do it like this. Hold on. Maybe not. It's hard to keep track now. I might just have to go down the down the search. So there's this guy, Brock Pierce, and if you've been following me for a while, I might have to adjust this window a bit more. Hold on. If you've been following me for a while, I've talked about him quite a bit in past videos. And if you didn't see the post, I had kind of mentioned it and talked about it in the post and linked to some of the older videos that I had done that it comes up. Oh, look, it kind of remembers ones I've clicked on. Okay, good. I have to be careful because some of these, I think some of them it doxed them and stuff. But I think it's a public number, the one that it shows. So, I don't know. it's out there. It's whatever, I guess now. But there were, I guess we could just start with Coinbase. They were definitely working together with the getting in on Coinbase, doing transactions together, doing big investments in the early stages of Coinbase, which is a crypto platform, along with this Richard Kahn, a few other guys. So you can kind of just search Coinbase, and it shows all the people involved in that. Obviously goes all the way back, and up till recently, they started talking as early as 2011. This one's obviously from 2018. Half your Coinbase position, so you still have 15 million equity. So they're trading big trades of crypto together, ever since meeting at what was called a Mindshift conference that Epstein had arranged. So they started a relationship back in 2010, 2011. I'm trying to find online virtual. It was about online virtual currency, because I know it's come out now that they were using WoW to communicate and to trade currencies, secretly, covertly, that were a part of the whole operation, the illegal operation of it all. And the thing with Brock Pierce is a former child star who, I'm not going to find it this way. I might just have to bring up the screenshots. I took a bunch of screenshots as I was going to, and I maybe should have been a little more prepared for this, but it's just been a whole time, guys. It's just been a whole time, and I try to get some of these videos done. Hanks shows up a ton in this, Tom Hanks, and it connects a lot of stuff together, so I've been working on that, because it connects back to all the things. But the Brock Pierce, he was a former child star. He showed up in the Buzzfield Reiner case, because he was in that movie, First Kid. Now, shortly after that, he ended up quitting. He did the Mighty Ducks movies, he did that First Kid, he did a couple others, and then he ended up quitting being a child star, or just being an actor in his teens. And he'd gotten set up with, here, maybe we'll go this way about it, and I'll bring those other ones up in a minute. I basically have the receipts that they were doing this same thing. Let's go backwards and we'll come forwards. This Patty Glazier woman was introduced to Epstein through Brock Pierce and a man named David Newman. David Newman was a former president of Disney. He was an early investor on that Den network we've been talking about. We've talked about it at length on the Mind Map series, and how it's connecting to everything that's been going on recently with the Reiner thing, and with everything. It connects to everything. But the Den network was originally where the parties, I'm just trying to think of how to word this and stuff too, but this is where all the parties were held back then, for those that were, I guess you could say the gay A-listers were the parties were for, but it included people that weren't adults, and they were being given alcohol and drugs and all the things that, same Diddy party, Epstein type stuff was happening, but under the guise of what was called the Den Network. And the Den Network was an early precursor to Netflix. Here, actually, let me just bring some other stuff up here. One sec. Okay, the Digital Entertainment Network. Okay, yeah, this is a lot because it connects to everything. Because Bill Gates and J.P. Morgan were very much involved. Microsoft was very much involved with Epstein. So this is all coming full circle. But the Den Network was an early precursor to Netflix. It was meant to be an online streaming service, founded in 1998 with Mark Cohen's rector, Chad Shackley, and Brock Pierce. They launched it somewhere between the 98, 99. They had about 60 million overall in investments. Some of the main investors were Microsoft, Dell, Chase Capital, JP Morgan and Chase. The former Disney president David Newman, Garth Ansey, Geffen, Goddard, and Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer did the X-Men movies. He was connected, like, and a lot of these people, a lot of this is connected to a lot of the red dots on the Dark Hollywood map, I guess is what we're getting at here. This is a big part of the whole, like, this is how the networks work, and they keep going and going, and they keep getting away with this shit. But anyway, so Brock Pierce was a youth then. He was a young teen, and he was kind of basically used along with this other guy, Chad Shackley, where the youths, where Cullen's director was like 30s, 40s, and they were like 15, 16, 17. They got together, they put together this company. It was a front for all of these people to come to these parties and have access to youths that were being promised parts in the shows for Den, because they were making their own original shows and doing their own thing, so they'd have all these kids coming for auditions and stuff. And the one show, Chad's World, was almost basically like it was like real life. It was like them kind of trying to make that what they were doing seem okay. Like it was trying to soften the whole picture of it all, I guess. But all these kids would be coming, and then they'd have access to people like this, like to get into the X-Men movies, to get into music, to get into whatever. Like all these people are pretty big name people, and a lot of these people were named in the suits. But a lot of them didn't get in trouble for it. They kind of just kept on keeping on. Even Mark Cullen's rector, when they were caught, they finally, like, he had fled to Spain with Brock Pierce and Chad Shackley. They had started running an online gaming currency, basically like a sweatshop also. Like, they had people from third world countries farming gold in these games, but then they were also using these companies to launder money. And so when all this was coming down, they arrested him in Spain, Mark Cullen's rector. Chad Shackley and Brock Pierce ended up being let go because they had plausible deniability, I guess. But Mark Cullen's rector, he ended up weaseling his way out and escaping to Europe, kind of in the same way that Polanski did. But when they were caught in Spain, they had thousands of harm images and media, and they'd been running these kind of shady gaming businesses together on a game called EverQuest. And it's all the same model. Basically, it's all the exact same model. And at that time, he said he had nothing to do with it, whatever. But he went on to be a very big, Brock Pierce went on to be a very big crypto investor after all of this. And because who knows, I guess maybe he was able to take a lot of the funds out of it, or he was still he was funneling the money out for what was still operating after. I don't really know. I can't say that part for sure. But... And I'm trying to find a link to Brock Pierce here. Hold on, so I could just click through to him. They've been editing stuff here, I think. Oh, there he is. Okay. Anyway, so he went on to be a very big early investor in the early eras of crypto, 2010. He was the founder of Cryptocurrency Partners, so he started with gaming currencies, digital currencies, moved on to cryptocurrencies. Later became a partner with Blockchain Capital. In this role, he assisted Epstein to become an early investor in Coinbase. I guess they've added it now. That's awesome. That's awesome. In 2020, he ran for the president of the United States against Trump. But anyway, I guess overall they raised $88 million. Interesting. But anyway, the history of this whole situation and where everyone was brought in for the same thing. So here we go. Here it is. ZAM, network of websites oriented around massively multiplayer online role-playing games, MMO, World of Warcraft, Star Wars, Rift, EverQuest, so on and so forth. But World of Warcraft now has been revealed to have been used in Epstein's whole thing. Like, it goes deeper. It goes so much deeper than even being involved in the crypto thing. I'm glad they're starting to add this stuff in. But when you go back to the history of it all, and where he started, where he got his wealth to begin with, his part in all of that when it came to the Den network. Oh, this is awesome. It's actually, people are like fully adding all of this. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. This is the stuff that I was kind of afraid to talk about, and was starting to get a little nervous that I kind of knew. Hold on, let me adjust this. I think it's kind of cutting you guys off. Shoot. I gotta adjust this a little bit. Sorry. But this is the kind of stuff I was a little bit nervous to really get into because of all of the bigger people involved in it and who it involves and what it implies, I guess, too, is like, it's a lot. It's just a lot. But I think we need to be talking about this relationship more because it's beyond just being a crypto relationship. It's not like they spent a ton of time together. I've got emails on emails of stuff that I collected that I've still got to organize and sift through. But he also now has like what him and Epstein were referring to as a temple in Puerto Rico. I don't know. It's a whole thing. But anyways, David Newman and Garth Ancier had used Patty Glazier as their attorney in the Den thing. Like, so if not to fully connect these operations, the same lawyer that David Newman and Garth Ancier, so as noted over here, Brock Pierce recommended this lawyer to Epstein, this Patty Glazier, to help him when he started getting claims against him. There's even an email somewhere where he had like said, "Oh, I'm starting to get claims from a girl from 2000," and then Brock said like, "Winning, more will come," or something like that. I'm gonna see if I can just find it through here. I was hoping I could just find this stuff easier on the fly, but I realized how much more complicated this is. Here it is. Oh no, that's not gonna show the beginning of it though. Okay. So here with Jeffrey and Brock back in 2015, he sent him a link. Got a letter from Herman today saying there's a girl that wants to claim against me from 2003. Winning, more to come. Let's discuss. So he's thinking like, oh, okay, well, let's get it out of the way. We'll just keep on moving, which they did for several years, going into right up until he passed on, basically. I'm going to try to dig into this more just on the fly here. But here, let me catch up with you guys in the chat. Yeah, but 0 arrests. Well, and that's the thing. There's so many lists and so many names and there's so much implication, but nobody's being brought in for questioning. Nobody's being searched or I just, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I try to just keep on trucking here because we got to just keep getting the information out and pointing to the things that actually matter here because, like, yes, we do know a lot of harm happened. Like, okay, we're here now. Everybody caught up. We get that there was a lot of harm and trespasses happening against people in general, vulnerable people, children, the lower class, the peasant class, basically, is kind of how they were treating everybody, the harvesting class. Because this is like the 1%. We're looking at more getting into the 1%. Like, Jeffrey was very in close with he was the billionaires club, the billionaires dinners. Maybe we'll get into the billionaires dinners today too. Maybe it's time we talk about everything. Let me just bring that up too. The Edge billionaires dinners. Like, this is stuff I've sort of been sitting on and trying to talk about in such a way and trying to edge to the Edge billionaires dinners. This whole time, like, for years and years, like, at least from like the 2017, 2018 especially, like, and when the Epstein stuff started coming down the line then, Epstein was a special guest at these dinners all the time because it was a billionaires dinner. And you just start scrolling through. I'm going to try to find one. It's like, it paints a picture for us. We got Bezos. We got the original co-founders of all of this stuff. I don't even want to read it. Like, maybe you guys just check that one out yourself. I'll drop the link. But anyways, he was representing the big boys, I guess you could say, the billionaires. And Brock Pierce was their conduit into the new generation of finance, basically, is kind of my figuring. This is, in my opinion. I can't really say that for sure, but due to the people that Brock brought into Jeffrey's life, who he introduced him to, the position that he had in getting him into the early Coinbase investing and these other different investments. Okay, hold on. Virtual online. It was like virtual online currency or something was the sentence I could search and it would bring it right to it because there's so much of the same wording used in so many different emails. But lots of information about virtual currencies. A lot about, yeah, this Boris Nikolovic guy came up a lot talking about these different companies. This Philip Rosendale, he owns one of those bigger currency companies, like microtransactions and stuff like that. If you guys don't know, it's like same like on mobile games, all that kind of stuff. It's the same idea, but for massive online role-playing games. Which doesn't seem like a big thing, and it seems so like there's no way a giant network would be being run through that shit. But like this is where they could talk and they could exchange information, they could exchange funds without, you know. What is this? Are we getting chaos agents in the chat? Crypto was invented to be sneaky. Yeah, the Silk Road stuff. Like, well, the origin of crypto was, yeah, it was meant to be. All right, we're just gonna go the long way and we'll find it this way. But obviously, a ton of back and forth, like over the years. 2011, they started getting closer, hanging out all the time, meeting up, talking about crypto, talking about fund attachments, NASDAQ details, just like tons of evidence that they had a strong working and personal relationship. Stir me since you're German. I'm not sure you understood correctly. What is this? Were you guys just causing ruckus in the chat? I dropped the link to the Gmail. You guys can check it out. I wonder if I could just search Brock Pierce deal. I wonder if the search engine's better on this side. Oh, here's another one. Introduced him to Brad Templeton, which is another big tech kind of crypto type bro. David, please connect with Jeffrey. This was him doing the connection. Like literally, like you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Here's another one. Good news. Good news on Eric. Like their crypto stuff is going well. This girl's name's like backwards. So that's probably interesting. Some of these, like, you just have to kind of dig through to see if it's anything or not. Some of it's just a bunch of nothing. Here's another one. Svetlana to go get the inside. He would send girls to go get insider and talk to some of these tech bros for him. At times at some of these events. But he asked Brock Pierce if he knew the Winklevoss twins, which I'm pretty sure those were the ones who had originally were putting together Facebook before Zuckerberg had kind of gone his own way with it. But yeah, he knows them. How can he help? He's introducing them to different tech people through the years. That was 2014. I do want to find this gaming email. If I can't, I have it saved, but I want to show you guys just the whole thread. Seeing it going down the line, though, is just like you could see there was a ton checking in. 0 to 12 million is another net gain. So it's just him sending them investment advice and like updates about their Coinbase investments. So tons of interactions that way. So there's obviously the connections. You know, there's already no doubt about it. Free to talk. They're always chit chatting. Let's go have breakfast. Having breakfast together. He was a part of a ton of stuff. He was a very early big player in crypto, and he's basically untouchable right now, and I'm maybe putting myself in danger a little bit talking about this. So yeah, I don't want to die, just for the record. I'm not suicidal. I'm not I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. I just stay at home and dig through the files. So they can't get to me. But anyway, I don't know. It's a little freaky because for what this is and what it suggests, like there is a lot more in here. few more deals to share with you. This was him and Richard Kahn. So they were doing all kinds of wheeling and dealing together. I really would like to find this. Pierce virtual gaming currency. We'll try that. Because it pretty much explains like a lot of what's going on. Yeah, we're gonna get to that too. There was this, I had found this is a website. Actually, I'm gonna drop this in the chat too. This was a website, if you guys wanted to start digging into it already, like if you want to jump ahead. This was a website that there was interactions between him and this guy called Brian Bishop. We're gonna get there. I guess you could just take my word for it that there is the gaming, that they were talking about doing gaming currency stuff together as well. Few new deals, chat this week. Oh no, that's Richard. Hold on. They met up everywhere though, in New York, on the islands, in Puerto Rico at his place too. Like Jeffrey was going to meet him too. Like a lot of people were going to Jeffrey, but not many people Jeffrey wasn't going to. Like he was going to meet him. And making efforts to go to see him speak and following his LinkedIn. And like he had been making efforts just to get in contact with him for a long time. So he's a pretty key player. He's a pretty key player. And the fact that Brock was like, oh yeah, don't worry, I know all about this. Here, let me get you back in with the guys that helped all the other guys get off the first time around, 10 years prior. Congrats. So here he was, yeah, LinkedIn updates. He was getting LinkedIn updates for him. Board member at Lucrative Gaming. Like, so we need to look into him. I guess, like, I'm looking into him. I've already been putting out here, but I guess I'm kind of just saying, like, here's enough of the evidence. Like, we need to start looking into him as a person more and what he's doing on his little, like, he has places, too. He has his own little place in Puerto Rico that's called The Temple. And it's, like, a hotel, I think, but I don't know. Like, I was trying to look into it and I was getting tired, so that's kind of where I left it at. And I was saving stuff like on my phone and on the computer, and I've got to just like put it all together and start organizing my own little thing, because I've been trying to share stuff with you guys and then trying to keep up with some of the other projects, and it's just been insane. Hold on, I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna just bring it up a different way here, because like my brain is just foggy, and I felt like it was gonna be easier to find this one email that I'm looking for. But yeah, here's more. Just, yeah, West Palm flying, are you around? Let's hang out. Like they were regularly communicating. First closing happening. Yeah, yeah, arranging times to meet in, like, New York, like, getting together all over the friggin' place. Most platinum played a deal, lead to lower operation costs, still net gain. Here's another one. Bishop's Place, Richard Kahn regarding couple opportunities, wanted to check in about the Coinbase investment. We're getting closer. I think we're getting closer. I just had to go back further. Okay, we'll get together tomorrow, managing, Okay, no, some of these are duplicates too. It sucks because they're, some of them are just like duplicates or like the same thread but different parts of the thread, so you're like trying to find one freaking email. Oh, there you go. Oh, alone in LA, I had to leave. Please assist. Leave your girlfriend at home. Call me. So he's like his buddy. Like they were buddies. Will do. Broke up with the girlfriend last night, so it won't be a problem. Best regards. Follows up. I had a great time with the girls. Hope they had fun too. Thanks. Best regards. This is Brock Pierce and Epstein. Okay, if you're causing ruckus here, whoever needs to go. Oh my god. Chaos agents. Okay, yeah, you're gonna go. Bye-bye. I don't know what the fuck you're from. Goodbye. Okay, anyways. Yeah, like I just have so much stuff everywhere, saved everywhere, and I know there's a specific email I'm looking for. We're finding stuff along the way though, so I guess it's all important anyway. But brilliant guy. If you're interested in connecting with him, here he's introducing him to Brad Templeton. It's got to be in here somewhere. The wizard behind Venture Capital, yeah. Wonderful Wizards of Oz. Gaming Commission here. Oh, this one's interesting. They were talking about, I remember this one, having to get approval from the Gaming Commission for one of their operations. Oh, maybe it's not the full one. They were talking about though. This is something I was reading too. Here's a cryptocurrency only for gaming, and this Joy Ito guy. Sorry, I missed war meetings. Just call. We'll call again. So, like, there's a few other people obviously involved. Virtual Goods. Talked to a friend who knows that started the Virtual Good. So they were all working around, like, what do we do with our money? How do we make this work? And how do we make more money? You know, in the 2000 or like 2010, they got away with the market crash of 2008. They all made off like bandits. They had a ton of money to do something with, and they didn't know what to do with it. Official position. Ask Brock about his official position. The Chinese game board will do. So he was helping him make the right connections to work around some things. Also, yes, how can I help? How thing? I'll recognize. I'm hoping I'll just recognize the beginning here. If not, like, I'm just gonna, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna look it up and send it to my damn self. Because I screenshotted it, or maybe there's some more other keywords I could just search and it'll make it easier for me to find this. Or maybe they've removed it already. I don't know. Some stuff is like, if you haven't backed it up, you're fucked. So it's lucky I've got it all backed up, but online virtual items. That should bring it up. Okay. Online virtual items. And he says, in my old industry. Hold on. No, that's not it. No, it's not. It's not bringing it up. Shit. Okay, maybe it's gone. It should still be on this side, though, too. That's why I've wanted to use this site. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this full thing clear. Oh, shoot. It's over. One sec. Let me readjust again here. Sorry, guys. I think it only goes to, like, the edge here, so we can... Usually a little more on the ball. I apologize, everybody. Okay, here we go. Alright, so this is the one I wanted to find. Because you guys have seen all that right now, how it's coming out about the WoW thing. And this guy, Brock Pierce, had the companies that worked with the WoW currencies. Okay, Jeffrey, my partners and I have just secured an opportunity to acquire a fast-growing company in my old industry. Now, I don't know if he's talking about the gaming currencies or, like, the old industry, like, with Mark Collins Rector, but, you know, they went hand in hand. So, and these are all the same kinds of people. Jeffrey is the same kind of people. And they were all involved in with the same kinds of investors, the same kind of shit. So, please let me know if you'd like to discuss. The company is a fast-growing escrow and trading platform for online virtual items. Service launched in 2015, trading volume 3K a month in January 2015 to $21 million a month in March of 2016. Approximately, I don't know what that means, 22 million. Growth is being fueled by the rising popularity of esports and the increasing use of virtual items as a store of value for e-commerce transactions. So, like, now we're getting into digital items that mean nothing. They're technically valueless, but you could put a ton of money into that and hold it there. And, like, there's so much opportunity here for the laundering and the funneling and the other purposes of it all, the other kinds of transactions of it all. We signed an asset purchase agreement to acquire the company for $20 million. Additional payments the years of 1 and 2. We are targeting a raise to a $25 million combination of debt and equity, close the acquisition. So now he's like a professional. He's like a pro now. He learned to crawl in the late 90s with Mark Collins Rector, and now he's the big boy. Now he's the guy running the show. So he was bringing him in to the new age of technology, of online currencies, digital currencies, and that's a big part of how these type of networks funnel their money. That's how it's all done. And if they wanted to buy and sell and trade other things, like what's being discussed here, let me look this up now. One sec, my dog's trying to get out. 1 second. I don't know if you guys can even hear it, but she was scratching. May as well let her go to the other side if she wants. But anyways, so this I guess that's just everything you really need to know with the crypto stuff. I mean, dig into it more yourself. Coinbase, search Brock Pierce, search Richard Kahn, search just the online virtual items, currencies. Start looking through all of that. There's a lot more there. Online gaming, here's another one. Golden share of casino commission. Online gaming has been progressing. This was 2018, and we know how big online casinos and gaming are now. It's like everywhere, and it's also something that they've got people. It's a vice, like, you know, give them bread and circus, and they'll never revolt type thing. You know, it's just another one of those things that it's like it has it's two sides to the coin of it all, of what they're doing here. A lot of that stuff. They were looking into all kinds of virtual currency, like he was into it. He was into it. And that was a big part of it. And Brock Pierce has a history of working and hiding that stuff. Like, one time is maybe a coincidence, but the second time around, now you're complicit. You know what's going on. You knew what David Newman and whoever were getting off on, and they were your friends. Like, he was a child star that was originally preyed on by a man named Bob Villard, and he was a victim originally, and then he became the evil that had trespassed against him as a child, is basically what happened with Brock Pierce, and it's really, really sad. He's a bad example of it. He's like one of the more bad examples of that happening. You know, we know stuff happened with Drake Bell, and Drake Bell went and got help and got better instead of perpetuating and continuing to become the evil that had trespassed against him. But Brock went on to do it bigger, more, better, and for the biggest, worst of the worst. Like, for the worst of the worst, most rich. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in for how much it all connects in with the Hollywood sphere and with everything this whole time. The whole time, everything I've been researching. And why everybody is self-medicating and having such a hard time, and why the symbolism is like turn a blind eye, you know, and the whole thing. Like, this is like the open secret. It's not such a secret anymore, and it's like it's been going on for so long, and it just keeps getting perpetuated. The vicious cycle just keeps continuing, and I just don't understand. I don't understand how people that were trespassed upon can become that. Like, I just don't understand. Like, he led the lambs to the slaughter. He brought his friends. He was like the face of the operation, and he was the former child actor that was bringing kids in and them getting everybody excited to be part of the Den Network originally. You know, like, he was such a big part of that, and then now to be part of this is like, it just hurts. It hurts. It just makes my stomach churn in ways that it's like, it's literal physical, like, nausea and pain and stuff. Like, it's being this clenched up and like all the time. It's just not great. It's not great. So I've been trying to just, for myself, take it in small doses, but like one little email like that, like for me, like that digital gaming one, and then with it all coming out with the World of Warcraft and all this stuff, is like it connects so much so quickly, so many different things. Like, you don't know what you're going to come across and what it's going to mean for you and how much it's going to change things. But anyway, so this Brian Bishop guy, they had been talking about designer babies and genetic editing and coding, genetic engineering. They had a lot of back and forth. What's this one? Little St. James, attached concept sketches based on conversation, casting to the pool. They're doing renovations. So, lower schematic. There's like conversations too about adding gates to tunnels, and like there's so much in here. It's a lot. It's so much a lot. But the designer babies with Brian Bishop, the original links through some of these do not exist anymore. But like these these links. I was trying to... Well, click them, I'll show you. They don't exist anymore. But this website, this Diffilipolis, whatever the fuck site this is, I'll drop it in the chat again. But this site is basically like a wiki for genetic modification that these guys were sharing around and adding articles and stuff to. I don't know, I'm going to probably have to reposition this again for you to see it properly. It's all to the one side. It's very old school. Oh, I don't know if you can even see it. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. It's just, I got to reposition a little more. It goes right to the edge. There's, like, no indent. So I have to, here. And we'll probably have to make it longer. Hold on, hold on. It's a weird old site, but it is all of these research and other documents that these guys were sharing together to do with gene modification and editing. And basically all the stuff that, like that one survivor, Juliette Bryant, was talking about, and we covered her in one of the videos talking about, like, the cloning, Dolly the sheep. And we kind of went through the history of that and what the likelihood and, you know, what maybe their involvement was in that and what was going on in the Zorro Ranch, all of that stuff. Well, this was between Brian Bishop, who was talking about the designer babies and the gene editing. I hope you guys can see all this. I think you can see the emails still. But all of this, the use of funds, like they were trying to have a designer baby company. They were arranging to do some kind of financing for this designer baby business. Which I think, obviously, with everything going on and with everything that we know, suggests that they were looking to curate bred in captivity, fit to order items. And when you think of a gestational period, and then if you're thinking like with science and technology and the way that they're going with things, it's just a lot. It's a lot. But anyway, here, I'll drop this link again. I might have already forgot. I was going to do it again, but let me do it again one more time. And just save this stuff, guys. Like, save it somewhere. Start backing the shit up, because, like, this is where we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it. Like, yes, we know awful things were happening to people. Now, where are all the people coming from? Not only are they disappearing off the street, not only is there, like, millions of kids disappearing every single year globally, not only is a $150 billion a year industry just built on the backs of children, online and everywhere, whatever, there's this aspect of it, that they are creating their own race of bred slaves, basically. Like, when you think about it, like the way that they've programmed people to become slaves, it's just a lot. Like, there's all these underground labs and bunkers and stuff. Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what they're doing. There was some of the girls saying that they believe their eggs were being stolen. There was stuff happening in these labs, and if there is, like, a whole bunker somewhere with a bunch of people that just have never seen the outside world, like a bunch of kids, like the island, like she had referenced the island, and some people have talked about how, yeah, like some of these people, obviously it's predictive programming and stuff, and they kind of have to tell you what they're doing. But then much worse than that, you know, like on the island, they're grown up, they're adults, and then they're for, the internet's, this is really not what they want us to talk about. I think my internet's getting attacked right fucking now. I had so much shit happening, weird shit happening too. Like, it started again, like, when I get right to flying too close to the sun. Weird stuff. Weird stuff starts happening. But this is the thing. This is more to it. Like, this is why a lot of these rich people have, like, bunkers and stuff. Like, they're doing weird shit, and they have the money and the means to do it, and they're able to travel hidden in plain sight. They've got submarines, they've got helicopters, they've got private jets, they've got yachts, and anything goes in international waters. Like, forget the yacht, or forget the islands. On a yacht in the international waters, it's like there's no law. There's no jurisdiction. So a lot of weird shit happens out there too. Ghislaine had her sub and helicopter license. Like, there was so much other stuff going on here, and with this whole, I don't know if you can see these clearly, what some of these pages are. Like, this is just like a archive of what these people have been doing. Here's like gene editing. See if any of these even exist. Yeah, some of these still exist, but some of the files, the PDFs and stuff that Brian Bishop was sending to Epstein don't exist anymore. But it's like scientific data. It's like a black market for scientific data and what the breakthroughs are. Like, it's a very simplistic, very nothing website, but when you look at what it all is, like, it's a farm. They're baby farms. They're baby farms, and when you think about what they're doing with the kids already, and they're doing to people already, what would they use a baby farm for? What other purposes? What else is going on? You know. So it's just like, it's probably so much worse than even like somebody like me. Like, I already kind of know some stuff, and I've been digging in this for so long. Like, I'm a veteran in the rabbit holes, but it's probably worse than even I think, you know. And I already think it's pretty fucking bad. And it's like, I can't like, I'm almost, I don't know. It's really affecting me in a way because it's a lot. And I think it's the same for everybody, but it's kids. It's the little kids, man, that we don't know what they're doing now. Like, yeah, there's kids that are missing, that are being looked for, that have families. But the reality of this is just cold, empty receptacles. And then kids, who knows how many and where they're kept and how they're being cared for. Yeah, so anyway, this is the long-running 13-plus year living documented of potential human embryo germline modifications, purpose to document human embryo engineering enhancements. Oh, like, I can't. This has been killing me. This has been killing me. And I'm trying to hold it together right now for you guys to present this. I've been trying to hold it together to just get through the day and, like, do the research and get the videos and do the thing. But it's a lot. What this all implies is a lot. And we gotta do something. Like, we cannot, we can't keep continuing to allow this shit. Like, it's gone way too far. And I hope you guys are awake now. I hope everybody gets it now. Yeah, anyway, I don't know if I can even go much further on this right now. I really thought I was gonna be able to, like, put it together and hold it together for this, but and it's all of them. It's just like anybody at the tippy top of all of it. And maybe they're not all into, like, really, really bad stuff, but they're all kind of involved in such a way, and it's feeding that, you know. Maybe they're the entry level, and, like, some of the people were going to just the regular parties, and they weren't into kids or any of that, but, like, just being in this sphere and being in that investment circle and just being involved with these people, I just, I don't know. We already have such a really sick, the way the system is created, the structure of it, and the way that it feeds on the innocent and the vulnerable as it is, to be creating beings that are inherently the most vulnerable and then the most dependent and completely cut off from the outside world. And with what we know, with everything that we know, with, you know, the human experimentation between the 30s and the and of course the internet keeps cutting off here, so this is it, guys. There's so much more into this that they're not going to talk about in the media. This is the stuff they're not going to talk about. This is the stuff that we need to be looking at. We need to not be distracted and by the gore of it all. We know there was gore. We know there was all this other stuff going on, but there's so much more going on here that's got to still be happening. There's so many other people involved. Like, it wasn't just Epstein, and other people took over the properties and the operations, and, like, I don't know. Maybe we're just gonna leave it at that. It's almost an hour. we pulled out an hour. Yeah, it is. It's so fucking dark. It's so fucking bad. And maybe that's more than enough to just to give you guys too, because if it's hitting me in a way right now. I'm getting like pretty emotional over it right now. Like I can't, like I've been going through it, and like I don't think I've ever been this impacted emotionally by any research or study I've been doing, and it's all very dark. Everything's dark. Even like the John Bonet thing got me pretty bad. But this is like the next evolution of all that dark, all the dark from the 80s and the 90s and all that. You know, like this is the seventh layer of fucking hell on Earth. Like forget the like the entities of whatever, like, you know, heaven and hell and God and demons and all that shit. It's none of that. It's humans. They're sadistic, sexually depraved, sick, twisted, warped human beings walking on this earth that have disgusting amounts of money and are doing disgusting things with each other, to people. And it doesn't show any sign of slowing down at the rate it's going. Because Epstein's just one guy. Like, there's still so many of these people out here that are still just trying to do their thing. And there's other islands, there's other mansions, there's other tunnels, there's other, like, you know, this is just one fucking creepy guy. And if anything, he was just like I said, the conduit between all of these people. But who are all of these fucking people? I just don't know. You'll sit through every glitch and you will hide for the... Yeah, like, you guys can tell, eh? Like, you've been in... And you guys have been on enough live streams. Even the newer folks here, you guys have been on enough live streams. You know when it's just clean and clear and it's good. And I have really good internet. Like, I've got the best of the best internet you can get. I made sure of that for, you know, obviously for what I'm doing. Just for all of the purposes, you know. Like, whenever file drops like this and stuff happens, I want to make sure I can download it quickly and get it, you know, before they can start removing stuff and changing stuff and doing fucking weird things, you know, like stuff like that. It's good to have the power for that, and or if I come across different archives of stuff, to be able to download them, like other file sets and other stuff, like, because I've just been digging for years and years and years and saving stuff for years, so internet's kind of an important thing to have, so it's like I've got all the right things to make sure it's always working. Like, there's no reason for it to not work. You know what I mean? And it always is only not working and having a problem when we're talking about certain things on a live stream. So make of that what you will. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know. Go look it all up yourself. I don't know. I don't know why that's cutting off. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I think that's probably good. I think that's probably enough. I think you guys get it. I think, I don't think I can even go much more on this today. Like I said, I'm gonna probably just wind this down. I'll chit-chat with you guys a little bit more, and just know that there's lots of stuff happening behind the scenes. I'm sorting through a lot of the file sets and stuff. I have more of that stuff coming out. I've got the Hanks. Like, maybe we'll look into the Hanks while we're here. Which, it's a little bit sideways. He doesn't necessarily show up directly, but this woman, Peggy Segal, that was like the publicist that would be sending all these little newsletters to Epstein and his friends all the time about all the things she did and all the people she circle jerked with that night. She was really about it. And now I'm not seeing any of them. Maybe those haven't loaded into here yet. Okay, so maybe that'll have to wait. Yeah, they're still aggregating. Oh, they're only on volume 9. Yeah, they're still aggregating. But I found it on the other side, on the Gov site, so I guess maybe I'll just wait till we get into that video. But this Peggy Segal woman, I wonder if she's in here. Actually, we'll look her up. She's a publicist, one of the top 12 publicist companies of 2018 kind of thing. And she would send all these little circle jerking newsletters of all the fancy people and things she did all the time. Lots of communication between them. But she had invited Epstein to a lot of Tom Hanks events, private screening events, especially that Saving Mr. Banks, which was the Mary Poppins movie he did, where he played Walt Disney, and everybody was really into that. And he was invited to all those private screenings. And in one email, she had said, I have it backed up. I'm not gonna be able to find it on here. It's not loaded yet. But she had said like something like, "Happy Thanksgiving. If Tom Hanks is around, tell him that his Walt Disney is a big hit." So I'm like, I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, why would you be with Epstein on Thanksgiving? You know, like, or even just anywhere around that week or weekend. Like, why would you? Like, isn't that a family thing? That's a family thing, isn't it? So, and then with his connections with the whole Reiner, Iceberg, that whole thing, and then with Buzzfield's connections to Brock Pierce, and then the other interconnected stuff between with the Dead Network that we've been covering and everything else. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot. It's a lot. And a lot of the stuff that was being said back in, 2016, 2017, 2018, a lot of people were being labeled as crazy, and some people were forcing themselves off bridges and stuff, oddly enough, trying to talk about some of this stuff. And, may God rest their soul, or whoever they believe in. I don't know. I don't know what I believe. I don't really believe in organized religion, but I do, may all of the things good in this world, may the goodness in this world, may the good spirits, may the universe, whoever, whatever he is believing, I don't know, pray to it at this point, because, like, save our souls, man. Holy shit. And I didn't believe everything. Like, I don't take everything anybody says as gospel. With the Cappy thing, I think that he was a little confused by some things and kind of distracted and being kind of under the illusion of getting somewhere with some stuff. And he was right about a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff he wasn't. And I think he was getting a lot of really wild stuff was happening to him at the end. But I do know that he really wanted people to know the truth, and he wanted people to do their own research and to draw their own conclusions. And I'm very much about that. I don't ever want people to just believe everything I'm saying either. I want people to, do their own investigation instead of regurgitation. I think is the main, that's got to be the theme of the year and the rest of time, that it's so easy to just take the main headlines and take it for face value, but a lot gets lost in the between, And you got to remember, a very few people control everything. They own all of everything, the media, the resources, the wealth, or whatever. So it's very easy for them to manipulate the narratives, if they want to, the evil powers that be. But we do have a lot of good things, too, and good tools and good tech and good things happening that I think this is the closest we've ever been, probably in 1,000 fucking years, to taking our power back. Slavery was never ended. It was never abolished. We're all tax and debt slaves. We're all being harvested, and we're all just ornaments in their playground. I don't know what else to say. I think that's probably all I should say for now. I'm probably already saying too much, and the internet's probably going to cut off on me again here in a second with everything I'm saying. So I hope you guys hear me, and I hope you are staying safe out there. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. I probably just gotta take a day or two for real off. I keep saying to take a day. I keep trying to disconnect or go to bed, and then I'm on my phone looking at shit and reading shit, and I'm like, I can't not, because it's this is my mission. I feel like this has been my mission for so long. I've been on this for so long and in this same sphere already for so long. Even before the Epstein stuff was coming out, I've been kind of talking about this to do with Hollywood, to do with the underlying theme, the common denominators of truth was the exploitation and manipulation of people through media and through the entertainment industry and whatever, right? So yeah, having this all come full circle, it's it's a lot, but I'm here for it. I was built for this. I feel it's like conspiracy Olympics or whatever. I've been training for this for fucking years, so I need to hold it together, and I need to just keep it together, and I need to just, but there's no way to not be affected. There's no way to not be affected. If you're not a sick, depraved, fucking warped, twisted, demon type person. Not that demons exist, they're just real human beings that are sick and sadistic, and it's a mind sick, it's a mind cancer that these people have, an infection, a rotten infection, mind cancer. But it's I don't know, it's maybe worse than most of us even thought, or maybe, we just weren't ready to really fully accept it yet. Not the Winter Olympics, yeah. At least I'm watching, and I'm just going to stop talking when it cuts off. I've been paying attention when it cuts off, so you guys aren't missing anything. And thank you for those sticking with me through this internet fighting with me right now. But yeah, I think maybe we'll just call it. Like, this isn't about religion. This isn't about different languages, different countries. This isn't about politics. This isn't about left or right. This isn't about any of that. This is, like, are you for the harms and trespasses against children, or are you against it? Like, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Are you against human and child exploitation, or are you not? You know, like, this is where we're at, and this is where we need to be united. And I think most of us, if not all of us, have some form or level or layer of trauma in our childhood that we can reference back to, and we can have the same frame of reference, and that we can find some empathy and compassion and unite together and overlook differences and disagreements about surface level shit, because this is what matters the fucking most. Yeah, there's an internet attack happening. It's some kind of attack. It's some kind of DDoS or some kind of attack. I have a lot of good secure barriers, so I'll be able to continue staying online where it's not. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, alright. I think, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. No, it is some kind of internet attack. The way that it's happening and the way, I've had some of this stuff happen before when I was covering some big stuff before. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. I've been through this. This isn't the first rodeo, at least. So, and I've got so many different hack attempts, different attacks happening other ways that at least I'm aware of it and I'm wise to it. So it's not exactly a threat to per se, but I think I am very currently under attack for the stuff that I've been sharing and saving and how it connects together. And I know I'm not a huge platform, not a huge fucking nothing. I'm nobody really in the grand scheme of things, but I think they've taken notice, and I think that says something, that we're right on the nose of some stuff. So if anything, let that be further confirmation that we need to keep our eyes wide open. We need to be... Okay, I'm gonna just go. I'm just gonna go, but just save everything. Screenshot everything. Save it. Send it to yourself. Just fucking archive this shit. We can't let them get away with this shit more. We can't let them anymore. Like, this the time's up, guys. We gotta be together on this. But yeah, I'm gonna go. More videos coming. I'll keep you updated in the group and everywhere. So just, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna just leave it at that while we're still connected. Okay, much love, everybody. Take care, you guys. This video has been brought to you by Patreon, where I post more info, resources, bonus, and uncensored content in the description. Lastly, make sure to like, hype, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the flip side.
Red bricks crumble under my feet, a path that whispers a cursed heartbeat. Shadows stretch long, they know my name. Every step forward, it's all the same.